Introduction of storing. The flow of material through a food service operation begins in the receiving and storage areas. Careful consideration should be given to procedures for receiving and storage, as well as to the construction and physical needs of both areas. In planning, there should be a straight line from the receiving dock to the storeroom and refrigerators and, preferably, on the same level as the kitchen. A short distance between receiving and storage reduces the amount of labor required, reduces pilferage, and causes the least deterioration in food products. The proper storage of food immediately after receiving and checking is an essential factor in preventing and controlling loss or waste. When food is left unguarded in the receiving area or exposed to the elements or extremes of temperature for even a short time, its safekeeping and quality is jeopardized. The condition of stored food and the temperature of the storage units should be checked frequently. Objectives of storing. To ensure an uninterrupted supply of materials and stores without delaying the organization's various production and service departments. To prevent overstocking and understocking of materials. To check in all materials as to quality and quantity. To minimize storage costs. To ensure proper and continuous control over materials. To ensure the most effective utilization of available storage space and workers engaged in the process of storekeeping. To protect materials from loss and wastage due to defective storage. To identify and locate materials in the storerooms without delay. To protect and safeguard material items against pilferage, theft and fire, etc. To develop such a system so that the fullest information about store items is available in the stores every time. Functions of storekeeping. Issue purchase requisitions when a material is required. Receiving purchased stores from the receiving department and verifying that every lot of stores is supported by an indent, a purchase order, and an inspection note. Preparing goods received note following the different stores lots received. Ensuring that all the goods received notes are regularly posted to the bin card. Placing and arranging stores received at proper and appropriate places and adhering to the golden principle of storekeeping, that is, a place for everything in its place. Minimizing storage, handling, and maintaining costs by preserving and handling the materials most economically and efficiently. Issuing stores to various business departments and ensuring that all issues are appropriately authenticated and accounted for. Storekeeper duties. To issue requisition on the purchasing department for purchasing materials at the right time. To accept materials supplied by suppliers or returned by production departments. To check in all materials as to quality and quantity. To keep all the materials safely and conveniently in appropriate bins and containers. To issue materials against proper authorization. To maintain proper records of receipts, issues, and balance of materials. To watch levels of stock and replenish materials when necessary. To prevent the entry of unauthorized persons into the stores. To advise the management of the day-to-day affairs of the store department. To dispose of scrap or obsolete materials. Factors determining the location of stores. The location of the stores should be carefully planned. An important factor to be considered when establishing a store setup is locating it in the most appropriate place. The stores must be set up at a convenient and safe place, near the receiving department, easily accessible from all parts of the establishment and by means of transport and free from the risk of fire, theft, etc. The main factors which determine the location of the store in a manufacturing concern may be given as follows. Minimization of material handling efforts. Minimization of material handling efforts implies the location of raw material stores near the production shops and the location of finished goods stores and the packing materials store near the assembly shop. The stores should be easily accessible by means of transport. Nature of the materials. The nature of the materials to be stored also affects the location of the store. Material that is not damaged by weather can be kept out of doors in a shed, but materials such as cement, plaster, etc. must be protected from the weather and stored in a dry place. Quantity and weight of the materials. The quantity of each of the goods to be stored must be taken into account for determining the location. When the portions are known, adequate provision may be made for immediate and future storage needs. Flow of materials. The store's location should be convenient, which allows for a steady and regular flow of store items without any obstruction. Free from risk of loss. The store must be set up at a safe place free from the risk of loss due to fire, theft, moisture, etc. Flexibility. The location of the store must be such which provides for its future expansion. Layout of stores. Layout of stores refers to the physical arrangement of storage facilities or the internal arrangement or placement of materials inside the stores. The layout of stores aims to effectively utilize space available for storage of materials, making the receipt and issue of stores convenient, giving a better appearance to the store, and reducing the chances of damage, wastage, pilferage, and accidents. Factors to be considered for determining store's layout. Similarity. Items of similar nature should be stored at one place for easy identification and convenient issue. Popularity. The turnover of each item of stores should be considered so that fast-moving items should be stored near the issue usage point. Size of item. Items of the store which are large or bulky should be stored near the point of use. Nature of materials. The nature of materials to be stored is also important in determining the layout of the store. Hazardous, sensitive, and perishable goods should be stored separately at safe places. Physical movement of materials. The principle of first in, first out should be strictly adhered to in the physical movement of the materials. Physical facilities. The efficient layout should also consider the various physical facilities such as lighting arrangement, ventilation, wall paints, size of platforms, availability of cranes, and handling equipment. Security concern in a storage area. Limit access. Only authorized staff members should be permitted in storerooms. Make store area lockable. The storeroom, freezer, and beverage storage area should be completely lockable. Minimize behind-the-bar storage. The quantity of alcoholic beverages products kept behind the bar should be minimal since storage space is limited, and this area is less secure than the central storage area. Control storeroom keys. Only staff members who need keys should have them. Manual locks or combinations should be changed routinely, and each time an employee with access to keys leaves the property's employment. Maintaining quality during storage. Rotate product. Implement the first in first out inventory rotation method. The products held in inventory the longest should be first to be issued to the production area. When newly received products enter the storage area, they should be placed under or behind products already in storage. Ensure a properly controlled environment. Maintain proper temperature, humidity, and ventilation. Use accurate thermometers and check the storage area routinely. Unless otherwise regulated, proper temperatures are. Dry storage, 10 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees C. Refrigerated storage, 4 degrees Celsius or lower. Freezer storage, minus 18 degrees Celsius or lower. Implement effective sanitation practices. Establish and follow regular cleaning schedules for all storage facilities. This applies not only to storerooms and storage spaces, but also to walk-in and reach-in refrigerators and storage equipment. Use professional pest control services important in proper sanitation practice. Ensure proper storage. Storage products properly in their original packaging and away from the wall to allow for air circulation. Store items that absorb odors, such as flour, away from products that give off odors, such as onion. The store open products in clean, labeled, covered containers designed for food storage, rather than empty glass jars. Perishable products are purchased 2 or more times weekly.